Agatha All Along merch officially reveals identities of Joe Locke and Aubrey Plaza's MCU characters. So, leading up to the show, there was a lot of speculation as to who the identities of these two main cast members could actually be. But this gives us 100% confirmation as to who Aubrey Plaza and Joe Locke are going to end up being when it comes to their secret identities revealed in Agatha All Along. So let's jump into this comic book movie article, let's break it down and let's find out who these characters are. And if you haven't guessed already, guys, major spoilers here, if anyone actually cares about this show, which I'm not seeing a lot of people are. But just in case, there are major spoilers here for the characters, so just bear that in mind as we move forward into this video. So let's go down and let's break this down. So, like WandaVision before it, Agatha All Along is one of those MCU TV shows that's bound to generate new fan theories on a weekly basis. Some of those will pan out, while others are sure to end up with disappointment. Today, two of the biggest mysteries have just been solved courtesy of the Funko Pop Packaging. So, we're only 2 episodes in and their identities have already been revealed. And sometimes this happens with toys and merchandising. Obviously, the toys have to be made well in advance of the show debuting and coming out, so toys, merchandising, posters, things like that can sometimes, reveal identities of things that happen within the show, identities of characters, plot devices, things like that. And it's just the way it is when it comes to toys and kind of them leaking. We had a lot of that with the Sonic movie. Shadow designs, the Shadow toys were being leaked online before we officially saw him in the trailer. And sometimes it's just the way things are. Unfortunately, toys are made before the actual show or movie comes out. So, speculation has been running rampant about the identity of Joe Locke's teen since he was first cast. All signs have pointed to him being Billy Maximoff or Billy Kaplan, though there are those who are convinced it's all a misdirect and he'll eventually be outed as Nicholas Scratch, Agatha Harkness's son. So yeah, I mean, like I said, leading up to the show, massive speculation that he was in fact going to be Wiccan, and that's kind of all but confirmed at this point. So, well, it's now 100% confirmed thanks to the back of a Funko Pop box, which we're going to check out in just a minute, guys. Posted by UK retailer Smiths. I have a Smiths toy store literally just down the street from where I live. That Locke is indeed playing Wiccan. We also have a first look at his comic accurate costume along with a headband that's clearly meant to pay homage to his mother, the Scarlet Witch. This isn't a major surprise, but the true identity of Aubrey Plaza's Rio Vidal most certainly is. The actor let the cat out of the bag during Agatha All Along's press tour when she shared her excitement for fans to learn who she's really playing. Now we know that it's Death. So she's playing Death, a major character in the comic books. Obviously, Death and Thanos had that kind of relationship where Thanos was pursuing Death and he was kind of obsessed with it. Also, Death had a big kind of involvement with Deadpool, I believe, in the comic books. Whether they're going to go that direction in the MCU or whether they're going to kind of depart from the traditional comic version of Death, we'll have to wait and see. So this is a major twist, and for those of you who aren't aware, Marvel Comics version of Death is a cosmic being, sorry. Let me start that again. So the Marvel Comics version of Death is a cosmic being and entity's twin. So it's a lot of multiverse shenanigans going on with this character. She has a complicated romantic history with Thanos, which is what I was saying. But few ties to witchcraft, suggesting Marvel Television has made some big changes to the character to fit this story. Much has been said about Plaza sticking around after the MCU, after this series concludes, and Death could be the key when all the realities start dying during incursions in the next Avengers movie. As for why she's taken Rio's form, your guess is as good as ours right now, but it's possible this version of Death is somehow in cahoots with Mephisto. So take a look through Instagram gallery. Unfortunately, the Instagram gallery has been taken down. It's probably been copyrighted. It's not available, but we still have a picture of the Funko box, so bear with me. Below, first look at Agatha All Along's take on Wiccan and Death. So Instagram, like I said, this has been removed, so it's probably been copyrighted. Marvel has probably taken it down, but we do still have this image here. So, on the back of this Funko Pop box here, we can see we got Agatha Harkness, obviously in her get-up that we've seen from the first 2 episodes. And then we've got Death. So, we've got Death and we've got Wiccan. And we can see here, she's wearing this kind of crown of thorns almost. This kind of black, ominous dress. And then we have Wiccan, who has the headband, the red classic cape, the blue hands, and it looks like he's kind of floating or flying off the ground. Collect them all. So it's 100% confirmed we have Death and we have Wiccan. So that's really, really exciting for the ramifications of the MCU going forward. having Death is probably going to be the biggest one here over Wiccan. Like I said, the fact that Death had that kind of on again, off again kind of relationship with Thanos, and she's been kind of involved with Deadpool as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting as to how she's going to proceed into the MCU, because she's a big character in the comics. And will they use her to the same degree in the MCU that they do in the comics, or is it going to be a one and done kind of villain for this series? We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully they have big plans for her character, because Death is quite important in the comics, like I say. So in Agatha All Along, the infamous Agatha Harkness finds herself down and out of power after a suspicious goth teen helps break her free from a distorted spell. Her interest is piqued when he begs her to take him on the legendary Witch's Road. A magical gauntlet of trials, if survived, rewards the witch with what they're missing. Okay, so in our review of the series last week, we concluded by saying, a spooky, scintillating, supernatural delight, Agatha All Along is a worthy successor to WandaVision and a showcase for a bewitching Catherine Hahn as your new MCU favourite, Agatha Harkness. So that was comicbookmovie.com's review there. For myself, I feel like I'm kind of going through the motions with this show. I'm watching it just because it's related to Marvel. If this wasn't a Marvel property and it was kind of just a hocus pocus type of show, I wouldn't have watched it. I probably wouldn't be interested in it. I probably wouldn't be the target demographic for this show. But I feel as though it's Marvel, I kind of have to watch it, or I want to watch it because I want to be part of the pop culture zeitgeist. I want to stay up to date with what's going on so I can watch YouTube videos where people are talking about it. But do I really care about spoilers? No. Do I really care what ultimately happens with the show? No, not really. It is a little bit charming and there is some fun to be had with it, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, I don't really care all that much about this show, I have to be honest. So the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along are now streaming on Disney+. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching have probably seen it by now. A lot of you guys have the same sentiment as me, where you're kind of watching it, but you don't really care all that much about it. It's a little bit charming, a little bit of fun to be had with it, but ultimately, I don't think a lot of people really care all that much. That's a damn good choice for Death. They need to build on her dynamic with Deadpool ASAP. I completely agree. Oh my god, I love that. Wiccan having a headband that's basically just his mum's crown in blue with a few differences is so freaking cool and a nice little touch. I'm also kind of bummed I clicked and saw Aubrey is Death. I guess it was really obvious since many here predicted it and even were teasing her maybe mentioning Thanos. Anyway, I can't wait to see Billy's transformation into Wiccan and more of Aubrey Plaza, of course. It was already leaked a while back. This isn't anything new. Yeah, it was talked about, leaked, discussed, or whatever, but there wasn't confirmation like this. This being on the back of actual official merchandising of a Funko Pop, this is 100% confirmation, whereas before, it was kind of like one of those things that was out in the pop zeitgeist, where it's kind of like, is it true, is it not true? Now we have 100% confirmation of Death and Wiccan being these 2 characters' identities in the show. And I have to say, although I don't really care about the show, the fact that I know that this character is now Death, Aubrey Plaza is now Death, it's got me a little bit more interested and a little bit more hooked, and I wish I kind of knew that from the beginning. So yeah, I'm definitely going to continue watching this show, although like I say, I don't care all that much, but Death has definitely got me a little bit more interested, and I hope that maybe that's the same for you guys as well, because like I say, a major character in the comics, but whether she's going to translate into the MCU having the same kind of level of importance, we'll have to wait and see. But guys, I throw it off to you. Now that you found out the secret identities of Joe Locke and Aubrey Plaza being Death and Wiccan, has it got you more excited and interested in the show going forward? Or like me, are you kind of like, you don't really care, but you're kind of watching the show at the same time, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I know. But I'm only watching it because it's Marvel, and I want to see if it potentially does get interesting towards the end. You never know, it could do. But as of this point, I'm kind of, if I had to rate it 1 out of 10, I would say I'm kind of like a 5 or 6, kind of average, somewhere in the middle. But guys, I throw it off to you. Let me know what you think about these identities being revealed. I hope it's got you a little bit more excited like me, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of excitement for this show out there. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Hit that like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next one.